time is here, and thank you for tuning in to Cozy Sundays. Enjoy. This episode contains explicit language. Hello, my fellow Cozy Sundayers. You are not going to believe this, honestly. So yesterday, I was just heading to the local library to try to find a book about a podcast, how to podcast, part 101. And then all of a sudden, I just ended washed up on an island. I couldn't believe it. Just washed up on an island, just like that. So I got myself up, started heading into the island, saw a couple of trees, palm trees, in front of me. So I went over to them, and I heard this boom, boom. What is that noise? So I had a look on the white tree, the white palm tree. Then all of a sudden, I just heard a whoa. And who's that? I went, what is that? And I went over to it, and this big hairy man just come out the tree. And it turns out to be the one and only singer / podcaster, 2 podcasts, Jason Woods.
Hi.
So, Jay, how is everything?
Everything is wicked, mate. Been super busy, loads of stuff going on, and lo and behold, here I am, stuck on this desert island with you, of all people.
I know, couldn't believe
trying to survive.
Mate, love it.
But listen, this podcast then, so yeah, basically, we're going to be, if we were stuck on a desert island, how would we survive? Now, I'm pretty, I've got to admit, I think I'm pretty good at just survival instincts. So whatever you threw at me, I mean, literally, if I had a chocolate shoelace, yeah, I could probably survive anywhere on the planet, mate. I'd be able to catch fish. I'd be able to bind up shelters, anything. So you throw it at me, and I'll do it, mate. Don't worry about that.
A toothbrush and a pack of sherbet lemons, and he's ready to go.
Exactly that.
Love it. Right, well, we'll start off with how did you get washed up? So I was thinking, how did you get washed up on the island? So either shipwreck or plane wreck, Jay. If you did get on by one of them, what would you think be more beneficial for you when you're on there?
Well, what would you do? What would you prefer? I mean, I've got to be honest with you. Like, I don't mind flying, and I'll go anywhere in the world. Right, that's fine. I've been to lots of places, but any tiny bit of turbulence comes up, man, especially like on the route home, yeah, I'll go into panic mode. Like, It absolutely freaks me out, and I could not think of any. I mean, imagine having a choice. Would I rather be in a shipwreck or a plane wreck? I think I'd rather be on a shipwreck, to be quite honest with you.
Can you imagine it? Imagine coming down on the plane like that. Oh, that's like that film Castaway. You actually see.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
And all the flashing lights and the beep, 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 beep. You're holding on for dear life, man, and you literally have not a clue whether you're going to live or die. Oh, mate.
That'd be crazy.
But just doing my head in.
I think we both go for the old shipwreck. And also, what we prefer is in resources, if anything floats up. So shipwreck, we say a wooden pirate ship, say. You know, you get a lot of planks up like that, up on the shore, which would be good for firewood, shelter, even if you want to do the SOS.
Yeah, I'll feel that for sure.
Yeah, and then plane wreck, you may get another snippet of Castaway when the old metal comes on, so you get the metal bits, the doors, which you could use as well.
Well, the cool thing was, though, for Tom Hanks in Castaway, like, he had it a little bit good because obviously his plane was a cargo thing, wasn't it, with parcels?
Yeah.
So like every now and then something good would wash up, like I don't know, like a whole place setting for 16 people, and then an oven comes up on shore and a fishing boat and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, we would end up with a couple of nails and a mouldy old bit of wood to try and keep sheltered and then we'd run out of wood to make a fire, so then we'd have to like use our shelter to make the fire. Oh my god, it'd be a right shambles.
I love it. See, about that film though, he never opened that box up, did he? He was loyal to those like wings, but we never know what they were. Right at the end, he took the parcel to the person. I would love to know what was in there.
Probably a Breitling watch with with one of them emergency signallings that the pilots have, and he basically went and just sent that back and realised the geezer opened it up and he went, "How long you been on that island for, mate?" "I don't know, about 16 years. You do realise you had the whole, you had like an emergency button thing on this watch you could have used on day 2. You'd have been home ages ago, you big bin."
Oh, mate, can you imagine?
That would be hilarious. You should change the ending so that you could do that. You see Tom Hanks' face when he opens the box. How to survive on a desert island. Here's your emergency Breitling watch, by the way.
Yeah. Love it, Jay. Right, so that's where we're coming in. So what would you do first? Like, say you're on there for 6 months, you come on 6 months. How would you think you would start by getting up off the shore? Obviously, you're going to panic first. I mean, if that was me, I'd panic, and you would want to try and get off, any way or do a signal. But what would you do? Would you kick into survival straight away?
Yeah, 100%. But I think probably what I'd be doing is I'd be walking around a bit and just kind of like get my bearings and just see what possibly could be around me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I'd just be looking for any debris, anything on the horizon that might actually give me a chance to get out of there. I think the first thing would be you'd literally be in survival mode, but I'd want to leave, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, you're going to be scared. You want to get off, but then survival will kick in, and you would have to try and explore for. I think I'd go for a stream first. If you go in the island, maybe jungle in the middle, say. I think my instinct would try to get water first. That's where I head, to the water, and then.
Yeah, but to be fair, you're talking about a jungle, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you'd walk straight into that jungle. You wouldn't even try and wait for 24 hours, suss it out, see if you can hear noises. Is there like big paw prints about? Is there massive, great big, like, animal turds laying around? Like, I'd just be thinking, because I'd be terrified to walk into a jungle unknown to what could actually be living in there.
I would think I'll be a Rambo, but I think I'll be so shocked. Can you just imagine just getting up from that island? I'll be so shocked. I think I don't know. I just think I'll just go in there and wouldn't know what I'm doing. But the survival you're saying, yeah, mark it out. Make sure there's no big animals. If there is, that's good for meat. Eventually.
Yeah, but it depends what you got and how big that animal is, though. If it's an elephant-sized chicken, then you're probably going to get your head beaten in before you get anywhere near it. There's about 16 years worth of food in it, but oh my god, man, it's going to peck you to death.
Well, it will. Right, so I was thinking, right, I was going to bring this in the mix, yeah. So you're walking in, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, like that, and then on the left side you just come across a box. Just say it happens, Jay, it happens. And you open the box up, and you see one item of your choice, but it can't be, come on, it's been there for years, so you can't say an Xbox and all that. You can't say electrical stuff. What would you want to survive?
Probably, it's a good question, and thinking about it, I would probably have to go for something like, I'd want a hammock.
Oh yeah.
A big hammock.
You would have to explain that, because that was completely different what I'm thinking.
Well, what are you thinking?
Rambo knife. Straight out the back.
I get that, for sure. Like, a knife is essential, like, in survival. However, like for me, I'm thinking the hammock has got options, yeah, like plenty of options, and as well as the knife does. Don't get me wrong, but I couldn't think of anything worse than sleeping on a dirty old floor with loads of insects and bugs being able to crawl over you. Or I
I
suppose
can
like you
stab
could
him with
use
my
a hammock
knife.
for the sleeping, yeah, getting off the ground. Yeah, I know, but you wouldn't get a good night's sleep though, would you?
Oh,
I'd be
okay.
wrapped up in this hammock, off the floor, comfortable, swinging around. I could use it for shelter. I could use it to, um, I don't know. Later on, I could use it as a net. I could use it for a bit of binding for like, or I could use it for a sail if I managed to get Satan and build a raft. Do you know what I mean? Like you can use it for shelter. I said that already.
Yeah.
And then if you get a bit weird and eccentric a bit later on when you're losing your mind, you could probably make a dress out of it and just dress up and like have a bit of fun on the island by yourself. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
the other thing here, I like, well, you got obviously you talk about your knife situation. Now I'm going to elaborate a little bit on that too.
Yeah, that's cool. But I was just about to say on your hammock, you could even use it as to catch rainwater.
Exactly that. That was the other thing I was
That's
thinking.
a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch clean water with your old knife, are you?
No, I'm not. But I'll tell you what I'll do with my knife. You ready for this one? Right, one, I think I'll be pretty cool with a knife, like a Rambo size. And then also, like for instance, like we met because you were up a tree getting a coconut and you fell. So this here, I can climb up, chop it down, bosh, and then I can cut straight into it with the knife. So I have a coconut there. I can drink it. I can do a little hole in the top of the coconut, so I can drink that. Then chop it up. Got myself coconut. Do I need to go on?
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to walk along and I see some flint, because you will. And then I've got the back end of the knife, the metal, and the flint. Got yourself little sparks there. And then also, if you can't find kindling of any sorts, I have the knife for shavings, like the bark. Mm. Do I need to
Yeah,
go
I
on
get
more?
that.
That's two
I get
good
that.
points. So now what I'm doing, I've already got myself a bit of food, a little bit of drink from the coconut. I've got the spark for the fire. You haven't got any of this yet. So I've kept warm. And then also, I have a potential weapon if there's big game cats in there, you know. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
But I don't have.
So-
There's a few cons. So obviously, I don't have the hammock. What you've just said, which if it's a cold island, I best hurry up, and if it's raining, I best hurry up.
Yeah, definitely. I suppose my thinking was, yes, you got one item.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would. The thing is, if you think of man since the very beginning of time, they didn't have any iron to forge like metal weapons, but yet they still managed to take down woolly mammoths and things like that. So my thinking would be, as a human being, as a survival, you should be able to make a sharp object out of something else, and then that would be your use for sparking a flint or cutting open a fish or something like that.
But that's the vice versa with yours. So I can skin the animal with my ready-made knife, all done. So I don't need to worry about that. And then I'll get myself a waterproof. I can make like a bottle, a jug, out the skin, and also clothing items, bedding. I could do all the things. Pillow. Just keep going.
Make a pillow? What are you talking about? You're gonna open up a bloody home comfort store in the middle of an island because you've got a knife? Yeah. So if you're in the middle of an island, in a desert island, who's to say that there's an animal big enough to make a flipping coat, jacket, bed, and everything else to go with it? Do you know what I mean? It might just be one little tiny pygmy goat on the island. Do you know what I mean?
Skull Island.
Yeah, but it could be a pig. You might just have a pygmy goat on there. It's enough to make about 2 pairs of socks.
Oh,
dear, and enough
well,
meat on it to make a ham sandwich.
Well, we cross that bridge when we come to it. So that's my item. I think that would do me well, but I am jealous that you've got the hammock to get resource like water. Now I'm jealous about that. If you have, I don't know what they're called. They're like, say, yucca plants or something. I could be well out, but you get these big leaves, like leaves coming off these trees, and you use them for like thatching for your. If you do a shelter, you like bend the top and they go on your roof. They will be good for catching as well, catching water.
What is it?
So there's like, I don't know what they're called. They're massive leaves, right? You use them for survival.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you're doing your shelter, you use it for thatching on your roof. So they're waterproof. You could use them, a couple of them, put them together. You can use them for the catch rainwater instead of your hammock.
True that.
Exactly. Well, I've got another thing then that's going to make this a bit more exciting. So I've got my knife and I'm on. Now, if you're walking across and you find someone, an actual human being of your choice with a skill, who would you choose? Who would you
With
choose?
a skill?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll go for my one.
Jack
then.
Black.
Oh, I don't know why. Because Jumanji, I guess. I don't know.
No, because he's got a skill at, he can sing a good tune. He's an actor. He'd be quite funny.
It'd be funny.
And he'd probably be stupid enough just to run through that jungle and just find things for me without actually giving a shit about the consequences.
Well, if it's anything like Jumanji, you'll get eaten by a hippo. And then
True that.
So I would go for, see, mine's more of a skill than an actual famous person. So mine would be an expert forager, like / cook. So this guy here will know what to eat and not to eat. So I won't get poisoned. And if I can't find meat and stuff at the beginning, this guy will help pick the berries. He'd know what to eat and what to get fuel and sugars. Agreed? That's a pretty good one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But that's a bit of a cheat, though, isn't it?
Well, not really, because that's who. It's not my fault he's on the island. I just saw him. I said hi. He went hi, and then I said, "Mate, I need help," and then he helped me out. It's not my fault.
The most convenient geezer to find on the planet.
Well, I saw Jack Black behind him running into the bush, and you're chasing him.
I'm not chasing him. I'm waiting for him to come back. If he doesn't come back, then I know the snake too big out there for me to go in there. Cheers, Jack.
Cheers. Well, that's who I think I would choose. I mean, yeah, maybe a bit of a cheat, but I think, survival, Jay. I think that's a very good point. Even if he finds some half-dead thing that's fallen from a cliff in there, he's going to know if we can eat parts of the meat, as disgusting as it sounds, but there could be some fresh meat in there still.
Well, surely they'll scratch and sniff and give you an idea whether you should eat it or not.
Right, Jay, well, that's what I'm going for. That's my guy there. He's the expert, and he's a chef, so he can cook for me whilst I put my feet up.
Jesus Christ. Right, okay, so let's just get this right, yeah. So you're like you've basically got the perfect situation for the worst situation, okay? So let's just recap on your cozy Sundays desert island, right? So you've basically shipwrecked yourself into a desert island.
Yeah.
You found a chest which has got a Rambo knife in it, so like the biggest, best military knife on the planet.
It happens.
You found that you've got an endless amount of coconuts that you can drink coconut milk from. Then you found the biggest leaves in the entire planet, which you could basically build a thatch roof out of and build a house from. Yeah. And when you're walking through around this desert island, you walk into the best forager and survivalist on the planet who's also a top Michelin star chef that you could just basically lay back in your house while he's cooking and finding all the food. You don't even need the knife anymore because you just got some geezer walking around after you. I mean, fucking hell, how much bullshit do you want?
Well, first off,
The most unrealistic desert island ever.
right, okay, so if I have to choose someone famous which doesn't have skills, then
And by the way, all I've found is a bit of a tarpaulin that I'm going to use as a hammock, and Jack Black's come into the frame, running like a lunatic through the jungle. So who's going to survive? Probably you. And I'll be left for dead on this island just because I chose something different to your stupid flipping idealistic desert island. I can't believe you just fucking said that that's what you're going to do.
That is survival, Jay. This is what you need. Anyway, going back to the coconuts, I'm probably only going to eat 2 because did you know a coconut is a natural laxative? So you eat more than 2, you're going to poo-poo yourself. So that's a goner. And then also, let me change this, man, to if we're going to be a famous, right? I'm going to say Tom Hanks. No, come on, that's not cheating. Sure, he's been in Castaway. Right?
Yeah, but then you'll probably want him to be one of at least 16 characters that he's been in real life, though. So you want him to be the Castaway guy because he's got all the survival skills.
Yeah.
And then you want him to be like...
you get Wilson as well.
Oh, like say... You'll get Wilson. And then he'll be in Save It Private Ryan so that he'll have a couple of submachine guns and the ability to run through a jungle and take out any animals that are... available to him. I don't know.
Yeah, but you could be the same as Jack Black. Jack Black's been in some crazy stuff. If he has a guitar, he can do the old Pick of Destiny. And then sum up the devil.
True.
I don't know.
That's exactly what you need. You're on a desert island, shipwrecked. You got fuck all around you, and then you want to summon. you want to summon the devil.
Right, okay, we've got 2 different things there, but this is good. This is how we'd survive. I mean, basically, I'm winning at the moment. I don't know why you would choose Jack Black and Jack Black and a tarpaulin to go around you like a dress. Jack Black would like that. I could just picture you. I could picture you on the island right now.
It's because it would be more of a laugh, I think. Like you need to have a bit of a laugh. It's going to be depressing as hell otherwise.
Oh, well, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Right, so, Jay.
Yeah?
So, this is where we're at now. This is where we're at. I think one more. Let's add one more in the mix. So, me and my chef with our knife are walking back like after a good meal, by the way, 5 stars. Thought we'd just go catch the sunset near the beach. We'd go out to the beach, and then all of a sudden, there's another item that's been washed up. I'm talking something like a tin, a bottle, something like that. You know, you kind of see at English beaches, you know, that kind of stuff. Now, what would you choose?
Yeah, well, you're guaranteed to find a flipping speedboat that's got about 58 billion gallons of oil on it, so that it will get you any destination around the planet, no doubt. And it'll also subsequently have a captain of a ship that will be able to sail it right back to wherever you need it to go.
Anywhere I want. You snooze, you lose, Jay. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Go on then. What was you going to choose?
I was going to choose a bottle, just a plain. Is it called Evian? Evian within Evian bottle. That's what I'll choose. 1.5 litre one of those babies. That's all I need.
An Evian bottle.
And I'll tell you for why after your choosing.
My choosing would be a barrel.
Oh, right. Well, you think about why. I'm going to tell you why for my bottle, because I bet you're interested. Now, first off,
Yeah, I am.
If I find a stream or something, and I can transport water now, so if I need to go anywhere, trying to find food or anything like this, I have water for the day, so I don't need to go back to the stream and say, oh, I need water. And also, You're going to love this one. I have my knife already. I can cut the bottle top off, the top of it, straight off. And then you turn it round, put it back in the bottle. You've got yourself a fish trap.
What do you mean you turn it round and put it back in the bottle?
So you cut off the top of it, you take the lid off, throw it away
Yeah.
because you don't need it, and then you cut the, in the bottle where it goes a bit smaller, so you say 3/4 up, cut that straight off
Yeah.
and turn it round and put it back in the bottle. You got yourself a fish trap, so the fish go in that little bit, and then they're in there and they can't get back out. They're like, help me, I can't get out. Like that.
How does it stay in there then? The
Well, so
bottle
you
lid that you turn around, how does it stay together?
Well, it kind of just fits in. Have you never done it before?
Well,
I
no.
bet Jack Black has. I have. So you just it kind of squishes in. You squish it right in there, and you lay it down. Maybe.
So you don't cut it then. You push it inside out.
Yes. You kind of cut the top off, so you have two sections of the bottle, and then the top bit you would just turn round and put it in the bottom bit. So what it does, the fish goes in like a funnel. It looks like a funnel, and once they're in, they're trapped. They can't find they wouldn't be able to find that hole back out. Like, very unlikely.
Yeah, but how does the lid? How does the top part of the lid or whatever, not the lid, but the top bit, how does it stay attached to the other bottle if you've cleanly cut it
Well,
off?
because you're just pushing it back in, so it just stays. Now, what you could do if you're going to get like that, especially with my knife. See, my knife, I have possibilities are endless. I could get the tip of the knife and make holes through it right round, and then I can get with my sharp knife I can make like little bits of, what do I want to say, like tiny bits of rope or something off what they called, they're like, I call them little trees, that's what I call them, and that's what we're going to call them. They're kind of like little shiverings of little bark, if you like, and then I could do stitching.
Yeah.
Stitch it right round. Or if you haven't got a knife, you can just put stones on it. So once you set it in, you just put some heavy stones on the bottom, because it'd be on the bed of the river, wherever, so it won't come out.
But then haven't you just ruined your liquid transferer?
No, because you don't need the top, because sure that I'm going to have to hold it, but I still have 3/4, so I can have 3/4 of water, and I just have to hold it like a cup of tea, which I don't mind that.
For the whole day?
That's good, isn't it? Pretty good or not?
Possibly. Possibly.
So the next thing is, which you're going to love this bit, okay? If you don't love this, then you're not surviving. What am I going to use for bait? Because you're going to need bait to catch the fish, right? So I thought you'd know this.
Well, your foraging gazers probably found a bit of spam in the shop that was on the middle of the island or something. I don't know.
No. So just say at this point he's gone somewhere. Like, he got on my boat and he went. So it's just me and my knife. I would use.
He got on your boat. You let him leave on the boat, and we're still stuck on this fucking island.
I don't need him anymore. I've had the 5-star meals, and I'm ready to go for a couple of weeks.
You got a full belly.
So, right, this is what you need for bait. Are you ready for this?
Go on then.
What you do, you take the top off, you stand the bottle up, you bend down, and you have a poopy in it. You have poo-poo in it.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
No, seriously.
So your liquid transfer that you're going to drink out of, you're going to have a big dump in it, and then you're going to use it again afterwards. And not only that, right? Because you've cut the top off, you've got to hold that all the time with all your shit around it.
No, I'll tell you why.
That's freaking disgusting.
That is the best bait. That is the best bait. Fish will nab that like you wouldn't believe. So you have a little dumpy in there. You set the trap up, and I guarantee you, within 24 hours, you just wake up, go to sleep 8 hours, wake up in the morning, you'll have fish in there. Then you just wash the fish off, wash your poopy off, bye-bye, down the river. And then you cook them anyway, you know what I mean? And then wash your
Because
bottom
then that fish is potentially eaten and swum around and breathed in your shit water for 8 hours, and then you're gonna after you've fucking got the fish out and use it for your cup of tea in the morning, you're then gonna eat the fish that's been eating your shit. So you're just gonna drink and eat your own shit. I mean, that is fucking disgusting, man. Not
because
a chance would I be doing that.
No, because obviously he'll eat it, and then I'm not going to eat his.
And then it'll be all in its
stomach.
blood cells and all in its muscles and everything that you'll be eating.
Too
It'll
early.
be injected, and it's been swimming around it.
It's too
It's
early.
been getting under its scales.
No.
It's been washing in it.
No. It's just been 8 hours. Honestly, that is the best bait. You could try it, Jay. I would love
Disgusting, mate. Never.
Right. You can spend 6 hours trying to find some snails or something for bait, or
I'd rather do that than eat my own shit. I've got to be
you
honest.
won't be though. You would clean it off, and then you have yourself some nice meals. So basically, what I've got now, I've got a resource. I've got coconuts, 2 a day, otherwise I'm gonna shit myself, and I have fish. I have fish per day now.
Okay, so if you've eaten all them coconuts and you've had too many dumps, but you've found that after you've eaten all the coconuts and you've laxated yourself, so you basically cleaned your own body out, then you find the bottle and then you're going to try and fish, but you actually can't even have a shit because you haven't got nothing left in your stomach.
It works out. So it's like, it's not going to be a point where, I need fish but I don't have bait because I can't shit. It's like, let's have 2 coconuts, and then I'll shit in a bottle because I'm a laxative in it, and then I've got fish. Now that is a win-win situation.
No, I don't agree. It's disgusting.
I think that's pretty good. Okay, so there's my thing. I'm still lacking here. I'm lacking on shelter, and I'm lacking on water. I haven't got any of those yet. You've got shelter and water, but you've just chose a barrel. What are you going to do with a barrel?
I know.
Sit in it?
Well, first of all,
roll down the hill? What are you doing?
if you can survive for almost, well, I think it's about 6 weeks you can survive without food, but you can't survive more than like a couple of days without water.
Right.
So my point being that I'm a survivor because I'm on the old H2O liquid diet, and you're on the I'm gonna eat shit and die situation.
No, I've got coconut.
But my barrel hopefully would come in. My barrel would come in hopefully, and it'd be nice and full of rum or something like that, so I can just go and get pissed with Jack Black for a couple of days, and at least then I can wait for that sailboat to come by and pick me up, hopefully. And if not, then I'll just get pissed and I'll imagine that it's there.
You're going for the more relaxed approach. That's what you're going
for. I'm going to have a bit of a party, because if it's my last few days on planet Earth, I might as well go out with a bang, right?
Well, yeah, but we can survive.
Because what will happen is, okay, so my barrel is full of rum, so I get about a week's worth of fucking getting pissed with Jack Black, and we're just having a laugh on the island, sunbathing. We're on a liquid diet, so I'm losing a bit of weight. Like, you can just imagine now, I'm starting to look a bit trim and everything's like, I'm actually like, my skin colour's really good. I'm hydrated, so my skin's not all dried out. You're just like thinking about it. You're basically full up with food, but you've had no liquid, so you're starting to really struggle. You're eating your own poo and fish that's been swimming and absorbing your poo, so now you're starting to get a really bad guts ache.
No.
And then by the time I've drunk all of my rum from this barrel, okay, then when it's empty, it's going to be a little floaty in the water, isn't it?
For what? Oh, you can just float.
And then what
away.
happens? Well, I've got my hammock. It's a sail.
Oh.
And I've got I've got half a boat.
Half a boat. It'd be like one of those.
Well,
things. It'd be one of those challenges where you have
I
to
could
stand
split.
on the barrel and you have to keep rolling.
Yeah, but or I could split the barrel in half and have two halves, and then stick my Chad in one side and then my feet in the other.
Or just
And
say
I've got my
bye to Jack
sail.
Black.
Hey presto. Well, no, well he could share it, so we've got half each.
Or what you could do, Jay, is when you finish the rum, you could make that barrel into some kind of lobster trap. Hey?
Maybe. Or the other thing is as well. So obviously the rum is alcohol, and alcohol ignites pretty well.
Yes.
So although you've got the knife, I will be able to make fire with just wood and wood shavings. Then I could douse a few trees with some of the rum.
Yeah.
And try an SOS call, and then set a light to the whole jungle basically until someone sees it.
Right. That approach is silly, but it may just work. Right, Jay, let's move on. So we're on this island now for 3 months. Then you find you're just looking out, you're doing all right now. 3 months, you're doing all right. You look out the front and you see through the mist a couple of miles away, I'd say, another island. Disappeared there. You never noticed it before. What would you do? Would you try and get to that island? It could have different resources and different animals and etc. What would you do?
100% I would be getting my ass across that sea and over to that other island.
But why? Because you're on an island. Could be worse.
Yeah, I know. But we're 3 months of the same island and nothing's happened, so what have I got to lose?
Well,
at least you've got a different landscape. You got a potential. I mean, you could end up. But what if you get to that island and then you see 3 more islands ahead of that one?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That is...
or you're near a shipping lane, a shipping route, or something.
Well, you've got the barrel to
could make all the difference. Exactly, and the hammock for the sail.
I haven't got nothing. Oh dear.
Well, how are you going to get over there?
Well,
what would you do?
I've got the wrong resources, haven't I? So I would try and get there, but first off, I'm going to need to use my knife to get some kind of boat. You know, like I need to chop down some logs, and I need to make some rope, because I can do the rope with my knife, and then make some kind of platform. But, Jay, I think
that sounds like it's going to take you forever.
I know. Well, my resources are fine, apart from the water. I'm not sure. You know, you can boil water. So now, listen to this, JJ. Have you ever heard this fact where I believe you can boil water by putting hot rocks in a fire, and then, oh, actually, no, I'm going to need your sheet. I'm going to need your hammock, because then it's like the condensation that comes out.
You're not having my hammock, baby.
Oh. Right, so I'm still stuck. So I think I'm stuck on the island, mate, to be honest. I will try to get over there, though. I'll swim it.
Can you actually swim?
Or just float. Or I can get my chef to make me a good like 5-star meal, and then I'll just swim it. I'll be like, well, highly energized.
So you're saying you would go over to that island then?
Yeah, you would have to, wouldn't you? Because you're stuck on there and you're like, you lose your mind otherwise. You would just feel excited.
If you saw it every day, it'd be nagging at you. You'd just be like, I've got to go and have a look. It could be something completely different.
Oh man.
Do you know what I mean?
Right,
there
so
could be a Tesco store over there, or do you know what I mean? Someone could have a mobile phone with Netflix on it. You can start
Travis
watching a couple of
Perkins.
movies. You just don't know.
What I mean? All the materials there, build some kind of ship. Or it could all be a test. We can get over there and you go the other side of the island. They go, congratulations, you've done it. Woo! And you're out.
Or it'd be my luck. I'll get over there, spend all that time and effort getting over there, and then as I look over to the other island, a ship goes past it or stops, has a look, and then fucks off.
Yes.
And it'll be like, you fucking bastards!
That is the
Just
best.
spent 6 days getting over this fucking shithole.
I can picture it right now. You're chasing the ship and your little half a barrel with some kind of stick as an oar. And you just kind of balance
Just
out.
filling
I
it
can
up with
picture
water and slowly sinking.
Help me, help me. Right, Jay, so, right. We're on the island. Right, forget about the other island. It's not there anymore. We're on there, and then all of a sudden, some more survivors come on. A couple of survivors. Now, you're 3 months in. So really, this is your island now. You feel a bit comfortable. They come on as new as you were. What would you do? Would you help them out, or are you going to feel a bit jealous?
So they've come in off a wreck or what?
They're coming off a wreck like you did 3 months ago. But what would you do? You're going to have doubts, right? You're not going to trust them. They're going to try to eat you or something like that.
Well, maybe not, because they've only just been shipwrecked, so they're not that hungry.
But
I guarantee they'll want your old Rambo knife.
Well, this is the thing. Do I trust them? So I think you're going to have to try and be the boss straight away. So do you know what I'd do? Just say I haven't got over to that other island. It's still there. I said it won't, but blah, blah, blah. I would get these guys, there's 3 of them, to make sure that I'm the boss. I would say, you can come on, but first I want you to get over to that island and get resources and come back. So it's like they have to do it. Like, yes, boss. And I think you have to do it, because if you show a bit...
I know what you'd end up doing.
Go on.
You'd be like that. So there's 3 geezers stood up. You'd be like, right, stand in the line. Okay, which one of you lot is top chef? And then he goes, yeah, I am. Right, who's the next one? Right, who's good at building boats? Yeah. I'm good at that. Excellent. Who's good at hunting and fishing? Yep, that's me. Kushti. Right, I'm going to be alright then for the next 12 years on this island. While me and Jack Black have still got hangovers from all that rum we drunk. And we get pushed around by these fucking other 3 survivors.
No, you can't have any skills.
We end up being their slaves or something because we're so tired.
Can you imagine it? No, you can't have no skills like that. So they're just, they're just on there. There's a male and 2 females. Just randomly, male and 2 females. I won't trust them because there's 3 of them. So when they get hungry and the shit hits the fan, they're going to eat you. They're going to take my knife and they're going to take my fish trap with my poo in it.
And your big full up belly.
Yeah, they're going to take my coconuts and shit themselves and they're going to eat me. Do you know what? I don't think I would. I think I'll kill them straight away. It's survival, Jay.
Oh, fucking hell, what?
I'll get too jealous.
You've just met these people and you go straight off the bat by killing them and slitting their throats. Wow.
Yeah, well, I've got a chef.
I can't believe that.
The chef can cook it.
That's some. And now you want to eat them, so you're turned into a cannibal overnight. Wow.
Well, no, to be honest, Jay, I would like to have more people because you could build something, but come on, you can't trust 3 people, surely. They'll outnumber you. Agreed? That's why I'd take them to the other island.
But you got to suss them out a little bit first.
Well, that's what.
So you've just spent all that time getting to that island, and then you go all the way back over to the other island again.
I would test them.
You just make up a story, though, wouldn't you? You just go over there and you just go, "Oh, guys, we just saw you from over this other island. You got to go over there, man. It's the best one out of these 2. There's loads of food over there.
Yeah. See you later,
there's always a boat. A boat comes across every couple of hours. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking cushy over there. That's what I'd tell them. And then as they get swarmed and eaten by a massive herd of sharks or whatever they're called, like a school of shark, is it? Or is it a herd?
What?
A pool of shark.
I'm not really sure.
A massive shark.
Not really sure.
I don't know. But anyway, where there's loads of sharks and they just get eaten and then we're all cushy anyway.
Oh, yes. Right, Jay. So that's where we discovered on the 3 months, right? Now, we're up to 6 months. 6 months on the island. Now we're comfortable. We know what we're doing. Then, first off, all of a sudden when the tide goes out, you've never seen this before for some reason, I don't know why, and you see a shipwreck. Would you, you're comfy, you don't need to go in there, but would you go in there? Would you go in that shipwreck? Would you dive down? But the thing is, before you go, there's a shark, a big great white, circling it. What would you do? Would you just chill out like you're doing?
Fuck that.
Yeah, but remember, you've been on there 6 months.
No way, mate.
No.
I
think
would
you'd
not
have to,
get in the same water as a shark. Not on my life. No way.
You would have to explore, though. I mean, come on, you're losing your mind. You're like, oh
Not
my God.
unless I was suicidal. Yeah, but how deep is this thing? Now, don't tell me that these other 3 survivors, as they got taken away to the other island, they accidentally dropped a scuba diving equipment all next to you, so you can go
Probably.
scuba diving down to a shipwreck.
Probably on my island, yeah. I seem to have everything, Christy. So,
Well, how deep's this shipwreck?
it's not that deep. Like, when the tide goes out, you see it. You see the top of it. You see the window, right? So it's like a little one-man little fishing boat, But because you've been on there for 6 months and you're comfortable, you're gonna see it every day, and you're gonna think, I need to see what's in there.
Yeah, but what would you gain from it, though? There's going to be nothing sustainable in there whatsoever.
What if there is? What if there? I mean, Jay, there could be gold, because you're gonna think you want to get off the island one day.
Oh, yeah, and then you could spend all that gold in fucking nowhere because you're on a desert island.
No, because in your mind you're like, oh my days, then I'll get off the island with the gold, and then I'm rich.
Or you could just fucking die on the way down there to see these white sharks, or on the way back, great whites, and you've achieved fuck all.
All right. What if you?
I wouldn't do it. I would not do it.
What if you started running out of food? So 6 months in, you see the shark and the potential boat with things on, but you're running out of food. I've got a knife. I mean, I'd stab him right in the eyeball. Just like that.
Where there's one, there's more.
I would just go, charge!
So then, once you penetrated and put blood into that water, then you're gonna get. They could smell it from miles and miles away, man. You'd be fucked.
Well, there is that, but I think I'd have to try and get in there somehow. Do you know what? I'd do some bait. So I'll get my poo bottle, and I'll set it somewhere, and the shark's gonna be like, ooh, poo, and he's gonna swim over there, and then I'll quickly go down and see what's in there and get the gold.
But then, if you're 6 months in, you've run out of food, you're almost dying. What's the gold gonna do?
Well, I wanted to eat the shark.
Didn't think of that one, did you?
I wanted to kill the shark. So, all right, let's sort this out. Let's lure if that's the word, the shark closer with my poo bottle, and then I'll stab it in the eye, and I'll quickly get him out so the other sharks don't come. I've got about 7 months worth of meat there, mate. And then I'll go in.
I know. Also weighs about 7 ton. How the fuck are you going to drag that cunt in onto the island?
Well, I think that I'll give that a go.
Easy.
I'll give that a go. I think that's the way forward. That's definitely the way forward.
Yeah, right. I think I'd just end up just basically withering and dying, or getting to a point where I just couldn't go on anymore. I just wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
It'd be hard. Right, the final stop of our journey here, Jay. Final stop. 6 months still. Now this is the choice you have to make. You actually get a helicopter or a boat or whatever has actually come and found you. Now, what would you really do? Just think about it for a second. Like, Castaway, when Tom Hanks gets off and he's like, yeah! But then he was looking at the island and he felt bad. He was there for 4 years. He missed it. Now, would you go back to society, paying bills and all this stuff and laws? Would you miss it? Would you go back?
No way.
You wouldn't go back?
You love... No. You love the comforts of life, right? Like, there's absolutely no way I want to endure that shit for any longer. I would do anything to come home. Do you know that? Anything. And also, like, you could then do a podcast or a YouTube channel and write a book about your survival techniques. And I mean, mine would be about 4 pages long. I basically got pissed with Jack Black, and then we got onto another island, then started withering away, and then suddenly a helicopter come picked us up, and we were all cushy. Your one's gonna be like fucking full of Rambo stories and this hot chef that come over, and you'll probably end up opening a restaurant with this other geezer of natural foods.
I'll
and
be
then,
like, I'm like
with
in the
your
Bahamas,
swag of gold that you just got off of the shipwreck as well. So you just be living the life of luxury. You can't tell me you go back after that.
Well, it's hard, isn't it? I mean, even if I was struggling, you'll miss the place. You will miss it, because when you come back, all these rules, you'll be like, you'll have your family back, but you'll miss the island.
But fuck that. I'd rather have the peace and quiet. I don't think I would.
Well,
like, I get it. Because obviously life can be stressful, all the bills and all the mundane crap, going back to work and all that sort of shit. But there's no quality of life, is there, if you're stuck for that amount of time with nothing? It definitely give you a better perspective of what you should appreciate, probably.
well,
But I'd say no way, man.
You got yourself a poo bottle. What more do you want?
Imagine how much shit would be like crammed into the rim of everything, and you've been trying to keep filling it up with water and drinking out of it. Oh, your breath, mate. There's no way they'll let you on. They'd literally come up to you and they go, "Hey sir, we're so glad we found you. How are you?" And you're like, "Hello." Oh, fucking hell, boy. Your fucking breath smells like shit.
Hello.
You're like that. It's because it goddamn well is, goddamn it. Oh, your brown, shitty teeth. Oh, mate. You got loads of chunky bits all in your beard where you haven't had a shave for so long. old chunky poo beard. That'd be your pirate name.
Chunky poo beard, love it. Yeah, but Jay, I would have survived, mate. You would have been in that kind of dress. You'd be wearing a dress, running around with Jack Black.
But imagine the front headline picture, yeah, from the newspapers, all the newspapers around, right? And the picture of me is I've got a bit of a beard, I've lost loads of weight, I've got a really good tan, and a bit longer hair, right? And it's a bit bleached from the sun, and it's all like cushy. And your one is a big old matted pooey beard. Oh, your teeth a little fucking gangrene where they got so much shit around them. Oh my god! Because you've had this chef with you, you got this massive pot belly as well, where this geezer's been feeding you up all the time that you've been there. You look like a right fucking mess.
Oh mate, control yourself, mate. That's brilliant. Oh dear, love it. Well, that's what I'll do, Jay, to be honest. But then again, look, we survived. We have both survived the island in different ways. I mean, I personally don't think you should have survived. I mean, come on, let's think about it. You had Jack Black, you had a barrel. You're going to go put it in half, so you can sit in one and Jack Black sit in the other of your rum. Where I've got the food, mate. I've got the food. I've got the chef. I think I survived.
You've got the shits.
You got the shitty beard.
I think I'd rather be me, mate, in this situation. I've got to be honest.
Oh dear. Well, Jay, I think that's it on the island, mate. I think we're off. So we're back. We're back.
Congratulations.
We both made it. Now we're back. We're back into normal world here. And I went back in the library because this is how all this happened. I just got washed up and saw you. So now I'm back in the library. I'm back at home.
What a funny turn of events.
I know.
What are the chances?
I know. So what I'm doing now, because I'm home now and it's been crazy, I am doing my podcast again. And I guess you're doing yours as well as singing.
Yeah, I am. In fact, so well, I mean, I saw something. We'll talk about your one for the minute because obviously this is your podcast. So I saw that you've done a Halloween themed intro and
Halloween.
What you hoping to do?
Right. So
what are you hoping to do on your podcast for that then?
Right. So it's going to go through the whole October. Okay. So say once a week. That's only going to be 4. So 4 episodes of spookiness, ooh, like that. And I'll be getting guests in. Already, I have an episode in the works with this guy. He's from England as well, and they're ghost hunters. He's quite popular on YouTube, like 500 subscribers or whatever. He's getting up. So he's going to come on.
Where's he? He's from the UK?
He's from the UK, yeah. So, yeah, when he's on, he'll introduce himself. But that's going to be one of them, and it's going to be very spooky. And because it's near Halloween, it's going to be awesome. And then the couple more episodes we'll be talking about Addams Family. Get some guests on. Everything spooky, Jay. Spooky.
Yeah, I like that. Addams Family's wicked.
Yeah, man, it's got to be kid spooky. That's what I like Disney's Haunted Mansion, best ride, and I love the kiddie spooks because I'm a bit of a puff myself. But it's what it is.
Each to their own. Yeah, no, it sounds good, man. It's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Then obviously just what I usually do. Follow me and all this jazz. So I'm normal. So Jay, what about Hughesville?
Well, so I've got 2 podcasts now. First one is just me, and it's called The Mystery of Truth. Basically, it's about close encounters, conspiracy theories, like really weird stuff, paranormal stuff that might happen. We've done a couple of episodes so far. We've discussed flat Earth, people that believe that the Earth is flat. That was really interesting. We've done another one about a guy called Dr. Stephen Greer, who essentially believes that he has and can and does contact supernatural aliens from the intergalactic from millions of
intergalactic. No. So I had to put that in there.
And from millions of light years away, and they are and he does he does heavy meditation. It's all about that, and there's a big section on how the government are covering up lots of different UFO sightings and free energy that's available to us that we're not allowed to touch and stuff like that. You should listen to it. It's good info on there. So, and then I've got another one where it's a father and son podcast, and basically my little boy 7, he is a Pokemon genius, and I'm very busy with lots of different projects and stuff going on, so I really wanted to try and do something that I could do with my boy, because we have a great time together. He's very, very smart, and we started doing this Pokemon one. It's called the Pokemon Genius. He's basically teaching young children and parents from the very start, very simplistic way of understanding what Pokemon's about, how they can kind of recognize different characters and the world of Pokemon. And then in fact, we've had some messages come through this week, so we've got some voice messages that we're going to play on our next podcast, which will give him a little mention, and they're going to ask him a question which he's going to answer, And then as the weeks go on, we're going to be able to offer free gifts. We're going to set up, we've got a YouTube channel set up for it and stuff like that. So it's going to be wicked, really, really good, really informative. And Jackson is absolutely brilliant. He's a natural at this podcasting, and it's really about him rather than me. And yeah, it's a great fun.
Yeah, man, pure genius, Jackson. I can't believe it. Obviously, I listened to it all. Amazing. But when I first heard his voice there, obviously I know his age, but you would not think he was 7.
No, it's crazy.
It's just unbelievable. But yeah, no, he gets it like duck to water, you know. He just straight on it. And it's very fun to listen to. Just love it.
Yeah, it's good. I appreciate that as well. I mean, it's the thing is with Pokemon and all these things that kids do. Yeah, so I mean, as a parent, it's really quite difficult sometimes to like get your head around everything that they get into, and it's quite a complicated little world. And the franchise is absolutely massive, but he absolutely loves it. Like he delves into different things. He knows the history of it. He knows about all these different regions and blah blah blah. All stuff that goes way beyond over my head. So it was really like for me to be able to understand some of the things that he really enjoys. So I'm learning along in the same aspect as, say, the listener. But like I say, you know, it's good fun. There's loads of content on there, and I think even if you're not a Pokemon fan, especially any children that may be getting into that sort of thing as well, it's really worth a listen. And Jason's my boy is so interactive with everything. You know, I mean, he's very, very, very clever, and he's great on the mic as well. So.
Great on the mic. Yeah, Jay. Anything else?
And we'll do a guest. We're going to do a guest appearance. We're going to do a guest appearance on Cozy Sundays as well.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that you will end up maybe doing a review on a first Pokemon film or the TV or the cartoon series that's available for kids. So you know he can give his opinion on that. I think it'd be a great guest for it, to be honest.
Jackson would be the first one on there. He'd tell me what to do. That'd be easy. I wouldn't need research. Jackson would be on, and he'd just smash it straight out of the ballpark.
Exactly.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Well, I think, Jay, is there any other sponsors or anything you're doing? Anything else?
No, only really. I've got my YouTube channel, which I'm going to be putting some more music and stuff on. Like I say, I'm really, really busy at the moment. We've got some. I'm actually getting back together with a band very soon as well. Now that we're kind of easing out of this lockdown and we've got facilities that we can use to join up again. I've written a couple more songs and all that kind of thing. But yeah, no. Apart from that, watch this space. There'll be links in bios, and we'll tag things into Cozy Sunday as well as, you know, vice versa stuff that they're doing as well. So yeah, I can't wait, man. I've got loads and loads of stuff to do, loads of content to come up. It's going to be fabulous.
Oh yeah, I mean you've got the right face for this case, 100%. So Jay, we are going to do the outro music of you and Jackson. That's going to be the outro music today. So you guys can listen to a little snippet there, and you'll be like, ooh, and then go straight on his page.
Oh,
so,
that sounds good.
Oh, I know, I didn't tell you that, did I? That's what's going to happen. So, without further ado, then Jay, all the best, everyone, and we shall see you later.
Ta-da, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
Who are the first Pokemon then, when it all started? Who would have been the first ones when the whole series started?
Well, there are some starter Pokemon
Okay.
that do start in it, and that's Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle.
They sound cool. So you said Bulbasaur. So what's Bulbasaur then? What does that look like?
Bulbasaur is part frog
Yeah.
and part of a monster, and he's got a big bulb on his back.
Oh, and that's why he's called Bulbasaur. I see.
Yep.
And then what was the other one? Squirrel? Did you say?
It's Squirtle.
Oh, it's a Squirtle then. What's Squirtle?
He's a turtle, but a blue one.
Sounds like a water pistol that he squirts. Does he squirt water then?
Yep.
Okay, and then the other one was called Challenger.